all the waterfalls out here, products of rainfall. Rain hits the top of the islands, takes off, heads out to the shoreline and ocean quick as it can. So no rain, no waterfalls, and real nice to see some in here right now. We've been in a pretty bad drought here in Hawaii for a long time. We were for about 6 years. The waterfalls were off and on. Now, most of that 6-year drought was compliments of El Nino conditions doing it to us and making it so dry here in the middle of the Pacific, while most of the mainland kind of got hammered with rain. Really got nothing out here. 2000, that was a pretty bad year. February of 2000 was the driest month ever recorded in history at the Liui Airport over in Kauai. So, yeah, nice to see something happening today. Making it a little bit wet, though, but the waterfalls are all doing real nice, and we really need the rain bad. Next, we're coming up on Hanakapiai Valley down here. This is the last valley on the Na Pali coast heading this direction. Hanakapiai Beach. It's a 2-mile hike out here to Hanakapiai Beach from the trailhead, and a lot of people do this hike out here. It's pretty neat. In order to continue beyond Hanakapiai Beach, though, you do need a permit to continue all the way down to Kalalau. So I don't imagine a lot of people doing the hike today, though. A little turn here, a nice look back down the Na Pali coastline, maybe one of the prettiest seacliff coastlines in the world right here. It's gorgeous. And, well, coming around here off the Na Pali now, you kind of see why the road ends both sides of the Na Pali coast. Just a little difficult to drive out here anywhere, much less put a road in to do it on, So we made our turn. There's Hanakapiai Beach. The wind's pushing us a little bit here, but this is Bali High Point. And down at the base of Bali High Point, we're going to go by, this is K.A. Beach over here. That's where the road ends on this side of the island. Hyannis County Beach parked up here on the side of the island in Hyannis County. Got this big horseshoe-shaped reef you can see out here. We get some huge waves on the outside of this reef, but it stays nice and calm and flat on the inside. On the inside is an area called Tunnels, and it's one of the top 10 scuba scout places in the United States right here. There are actually tunnels down underwater there, like the 10-foot, 30-foot, 50-foot levels that you can dive and swim through. And they were all lava tubes back when the island was an active volcano. And it's really a cool dive down this area. Aniha Valley was the first one over here. The next one's Lumahai Valley. Comes out to Lumahai Beach. Lumahai Beach has been the screen setting for quite a few movies that were done out in this area, and probably the most popular one, the one people seem to remember the easiest, was the movie South Pacific. It was made here back in 1957. Where Mitzi Gaynor got singing something about washing some guy out of her hair. Remember walking on the beach with that one? Right here at Lumahai. Off the low side, this is Hanalei Bay. Real pretty bay. Getting pretty dirty there with the water running off the island right now. On the backside of Hanalei Bay and the entrance of the Hanalei Valley, there's a whole bunch of patchwork on the ground out here, which are all taro patches. Now, taro, if you know about taro, taro was a staple food of the ancient Hawaiians. It has about the same consistency as that of a potato. The entire taro plant is edible, and even the leaves get cooked up, taste pretty much like spinach, and the root is used to make such island favorites as poi. Well, you got some big waves over here on Hanalei today, too, and a lot of times they'll close this beach down, just shut it down to people who can't get in the water. It's just too nasty. The surf will get so rough, it'll just carry on out to the main ocean. Molukama. Boy, the more it rains, boy, the water just keeps coming down everywhere. The one waterfall right in the middle, the tall one over here. This will be the main one that'll run, you know, when we get enough rain. And then when the rain is harder and harder, everything you see around this center one is where it starts running off with excess. So it's pretty cool. Hanalei Valley has been said at times to be about the greenest valley on Earth. And I've always believed it to be because of the different shades of green through here everywhere. And that's because there's well over 10,000 different species of plants and vegetation throughout the rainforest of Hawaii, and about half of them are considered to be on the very rare and endangered species list. We even have about 2,500 species totally endemic to Hawaii. They're found here and nowhere else in the world, because of our remote location out here in the middle of nowhere. You know, we're out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and 2,500 miles away from our closest landmass to us, which is the mainland continent of North America. And 10,000 different species. I can tell you about a few of them. You know, you look around in between the bushes of trees everywhere, and the walls are still lined with green stuff, and most of it's fern plant. Now, the fern plant, that's the one vegetation type. Absolutely loves it in the lava rock. Flourishes and grows like crazy throughout all the islands. It takes quite a while for lava rock to cool down and then break down into mineral state in the soil where it can support life and vegetation. But once it does kick off and get going, as you can tell everywhere around us, it just goes kind of nuts. You know, the vegetation grows extremely thick here on each one of the Hawaiian Islands. The fern plant was also the very first vegetation type to ever grow on any one of the islands. The seedlings of the fern plant were carried by the trade winds and birds across the oceans and landed here on the newly formed islands of Hawaii. Well, we actually do have 126 different species of fern plant found right here in the Hawaiian Islands. You look around and see some of the trees kind of look like broccoli heads on top. These are mango trees. And then the lighter colored patches growing through here, down at the bottom in areas, look like cauliflower. These guys are kukui. Kukui is our state tree and was brought here by the early Polynesians when they first came to the islands, and that was somewhere between 0 and 680 from the Marquesas Islands. Brought the kukui tree with them because it produces a nut, you know, a black or a brown nut. Maybe you've seen somebody wearing a kukui nut lay or seen one of those in the stores. Now that nut produces an oil which is real flammable. The Hawaiian word kukui means light, and back in the old days they'd burn the oil from the kukui nuts as their light source. And also the makai nana of the commoners, they would string together the kukui nuts in the form of a lei, and the leis would all be presented to the ali'i, which were the chiefs and the royalty, as a show of respect. Off on the left front of here, we have the Kilohana crater. This is the site of the last major eruption that ever took place here on the island of Kauai, about 6 million years ago. So this is, this island's an extinct volcano, just a mountain, an island, a piece of rock. And you go all the way to the other end out there. We have the big island of Hawaii, which is has the world's most active volcano out there, Kilauea. That has been pumping out lava now continuously for the last 21 years. And, well, if you're thinking about maybe making a trip sometime to the Big Island, I'm going to go take a look at the Kilauea volcano. Blue Hawaiian Helicopters, we do have an operation there in Hilo and one in Waikoloa. On the Kohaliko side of the Big Island, I'd be more than happy to take you on a flight around the Kilauea volcano. Interested in maybe doing something like that, you can check with the girls at the office, you know, you're back here on the ground. And they can help take care of the ranges for you right here on Kauai if you like. Now, if you ever get a chance to go see that volcano, you know, I highly recommend it. I've done a lot of flying over there in all the years that I've been here, and it's really pretty incredible watching Mother Nature work with that volcano, you know, especially when you get the surface flows happening and lava flowing into the ocean. Steam plumes coming up off the water and skylights everywhere, which we also call glow holes, and that's where the lava has opened up on the surface. And you look straight down into the lava tube there and see the river of magma flowing through at about 35 miles an hour. It's a pretty awesome sight. And you get a look at the Kilohana crater here now, the big bowl out here in the middle of the hill.
Okay, this one's for Gabby.
There we go. One last thing we're going to take a look at on the way in over here. There'll be a twin waterfall coming into view off our left side, and I'll show you how to both sides of the helicopter here. This is the Wailua Falls here, right on the Wailua River, and better known to all of us out here as the Fantasy Falls. This is the twin waterfall you used to show in the beginning of the old television show, Fantasy Island. And well, Wailua Falls, this pretty much concludes our tour today over the island. I hope you guys all enjoyed your flight with me today over the beautiful island of Kauai. Pleasure having everybody on board. On behalf of Blue Hawaiian Helicopters, myself, Pat, all of us who work here at Blue Hawaiian, thank you much for flying with us today, and hope you have a real pleasant rest of the day and evening here. Get back to your hotel there or back home, and you find yourself talking with family and friends and stuff about helicopters in your tour out here today. Appreciate it. You do me a favor and recommend us by name, Blue Hawaiian Helicopters. Chance to get on out here to Kauai or the Big Island or our main base in Maui. I'd love to take them on a flight. And one last favor for me, we do land here. Please just remain seated in the helicopter, seatbelt fastened to we're on the ground. Our loaders will come up and open the doors and help everybody out of the aircraft here. And once you're out, You always want to lay it out front here by the nose of the helicopter, until you're escorted away there. Never want to go to the back of one of these things. Tail rotor back in the back, kind of ruin your day. You go hang around that, Now, you put out all kinds of information here, a little hard to grasp, but also sometimes you out here flying, so if you'd like to, we get on the ground there. You can check with the girls about getting a video of this flight. It has all the music and narration, everything on it. Go home, plug it in, catch up all that stuff you might have missed out here. And if you ever get a chance to get to our main base in Kahului over on Maui and check out our really nice facilities over there, you go inside. We do have a guest book in there if you'd like to sign in on that. Yeah, well, if you really enjoyed your trip out here today with me, my name's Pat. And, well, then again, well, maybe you didn't care so much for your flight out here today with me. With that, please call me Dave, okay? Well, we just received our final landing clearance from Maui Control Tower. Going to be on the ground in just a moment. Once again, everybody, mahalo nui loa for flying with us here today at Blue Hawaiian Helicopters. Hui ho and aloha. Me and you and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Well, I see skies of blue and I see clouds of white and the brightness of day. I like the dark and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They really say, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where trouble melts like a lemon drops high above the chimney top. That's where you find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dream that you dare to, why, oh, why can't I? Well, aloha, everybody. Hope you guys all enjoy the rest of vacations and try not to get too sunburned out there, huh? Aloha.